Do you ever feel like your drawings are so stiff and lifeless? Because I do, and that's why I spent 7 days practicing poses. Here's how it went and how you can improve. So I've been drawing for a while now, I've made some decent progress, and I'm just sharing my journey with you so you can, learn from my journey and make progress even faster and easier. So recently I've realized that my illustrations are stiff and lifeless, and it was kind of depressing. I wanted to see how my poses looked before, so I compared my old stuff with new, but quickly realized that they're the same, that I didn't make any progress at all. Therefore, I knew what I have to do. Before that, I had a habit where in the beginning of drawing session, I used to do like 5 minutes of gestures, which helped my drawings a bit to make them less lifeless and less stiff. So that's why I wanted to practice gestures for a week, because my drawings were stiff and were lifeless and bad. Now, here's the plan. The plan was easy. All I wanted to do is just like 30 seconds poses and do a couple of 3-minute ones. But also I had goals. So my goals were to, don't make any stiff poses, okay? Make them more fluid, more flowy. But to that, I also wanted to build like more confidence, to make my strokes more confident. Also another goal was to make the proportions better, because I saw that I struggle with them a lot. Yeah, also what I was using was the app called Gesture Sesh. It's free, and you can also use PureRef for the same thing. But yeah, like Gesture Sesh is actually made for it, for practicing gestures. You can practice much more things with it, but yeah, that's what I use it for. Now on the one, I did what I wanted to do. I did like 30 or even more poses, and that's what I did. I wanted to, see where I am with poses, because it's been a long time since I practiced gestures, so that was the day 1. Now going into day 2 and actually 3, I had no thoughts. I was just drawing. I just tried to draw gestures, and there wasn't any thoughts about that. It was still kind of warm up, okay? Like the first 3 days were warm up to actually see where I am with my skill, and that's what I did. But quickly at actually day 2, the 3 minutes poses were actually awesome. I like them. Now on day 4, I realized that, yeah, it would be nice to actually make some progress. That's the whole point of this weekly challenge, make progress. So yeah, I realized that and wanted to make more progress faster. So I've sat and looked at my, the previous 3 days, and I wanted to spot the mistakes that I did. I was looking a while, and I realized 2 major issues with it. So the first issue was the proportions. They were all over the place, like it wasn't really looking like human or stuff. It was, I don't know, it was weird. Sometimes legs were like too long, okay? I don't know, I just forgot about proportions. The second issue was the poses were still stiff, okay? Even though I did those 3 days, I didn't really improve. They were still stiff. Wanted to change that. You can probably relate to how frustrating it is. Now, if you're enjoying this video, leave a like, subscribe, and you can join my Patreon for free brushes. And also you can get my tutorials there. Now, the problem were the proportions. So how did I fix them? Well, I did something that I almost never done before. It was to measure stuff. Now, after getting the new reference, I would take a couple of seconds to actually focus on relationship between key landmarks like head, shoulders, okay, feet, arms, hands, pelvis. Yeah, there's a lot of landmarks. So I would take a couple seconds to actually, think about that. I started paying attention to tilts, okay, how the body leans, or where the legs fall into relations with head, okay? So let's say maybe head is here and the legs will be here, okay? So like try to measure that with my eyes, okay? And try to be accurate. And yeah, also I've even estimated how many heads are between some landmarks. It's useful. But yeah, first it slowed me down, but I guess it's worth the improvement. But even with those proportions that got kind of better, my poses were still stiff, okay? Because I didn't really solve the second issue. And how did I do that? So I remember that before I used to do some warm-ups, and there were simple warm-ups like 2 to 3 minutes or 5 max. But besides obviously my warm-ups that are circles, lines, spirals and stuff, and connects the dot, I also did the CSI, okay? So the curves, the S's and the straight lines, which was simple. It's basically, like fill the whole canvas with C, S's, I's, try to fill the whole canvas and make one flow, that where is going somewhere, okay? Which is simple, but helped me loosen up my arm. Therefore, my gestures got a little bit better and less stiff. but I wanted to make them even less stiff, even more flowy. So that's where I wanted to focus on adding the flow, the rhythm between lines, okay? So maybe there's one C and there will be other C that makes a flow. Okay, that's pretty important. That helps you create a natural flow in your painting, in your poses, okay? So it made a huge difference when I see it now. So yeah, day 5 and 6 was pretty chill, you know, I was a chill guy for that. And I just trying to build confidence now, okay? The third thing that I want. So I just did a normal 30 poses for 30 seconds and a couple of them 3 minutes ones. I also played with brush because like the 5 and 6, I think, I did on Procreate, which I like the brush for gestures, but not for anything else that I had. And I don't know how to actually get the same brush on CSP. It kinda soft, I like it. So yeah, on that days I had some fun and, you know, really enjoyed it. So on day 7 I did the same thing, okay? I didn't had any plans on day 7 to like make a full illustration or something, but still I made a huge progress actually. I felt great about them, so that was a win for me. So my goals were to make more fluid poses, build more confidence in strokes and stuff, and also like make the proportions a little bit better. And I think that I've achieved all those 3 goals, which actually is pretty nice. I've got more confidence. My poses were less stiff and more fluid, which is always nice. And my proportions got a little bit better. Okay, that's a win. If you're struggling with stiff poses, I really recommend it. I recommend, you know, practicing them, like even like 10 minutes a day. Like do, I don't know, like even 5 minutes. 10 poses for 30 seconds is all I did before. It helped me become a little bit better every day, which, you know, stacks over time. So I recommend it a lot. Now, if you want, you can join my Patreon for free brushes, and also you can get there some tutorials and, you know, my drawings and stuff. Yeah, with that you can support me and I would be grateful. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, leave a like, subscribe, and, you know, check out my socials, my drawings, and I'll see you in the next one. So yeah, bye.